Ricka, mic check, 1 2 1 2. This is Shakaama. I got some new stuff. Tell me if it sounds better. Women. Let's talk about women. Women are unhappy, or so it would seem if you listen to the very small social politics crowd, especially the Me Too crowd. We got a couple of doozies here that I'll talk about. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank because I started the recording and of course everything failed. And then the children came out and they're screaming and banging and just to be banging, just to be screaming, just to be children, I guess. So there was the Me Too movement, which was started by some people who had had enough. They'd had enough of certain men. Certain. You know what certain means? A couple, maybe one. Certain men doing things to women, and they just had no way of really bringing them to court because the men were super powerful. So they did the next big thing, which was go to the media, and the media was supposed to oust the person. It, to my knowledge, it hasn't quite worked out how they wanted it. That movement, and actually it wasn't a movement, that action of reporting it to the media and having the media bring down the certain men started into a movement. You know, why let anything escape the clutches of the government? I don't think you all know what's about to happen. They're trying to propose into law that gender, now that's a scary topic these days, right? That gender has to be equal across the board in hiring. That you as a business owner cannot make the decision that you're going to hire the best and the brightest for the job. Hold on. You as the owner cannot take into account that your public in your area will react negatively and give your business that you have crafted with your own sweat and blood, working hours with no pay to get it to a certain level, that you cannot deny somebody from being hired because the people in the small town that you live in are never going to come to your store and buy your stuff because you hired a man in a dress. They're putting this into law. This is the ultimatum from this movement. Did you know that? That you have to hire women in areas that they're not supposed to be. Women, did you know that there are areas that you're not supposed to be? Can you listen to me for a second? There are areas that no father would put his daughter in that area because he will protect his daughter at all cost, because he does not want his daughter to be in danger. There are areas where women should not be. And if they were honest ever, they would agree to that. I said something about skyscrapers and somebody said, I've seen women in skyscrapers. That didn't make it right. Half the time, I don't think men should be doing half of the stuff that they do. It's too dangerous, and robots should be doing it. We should have had this robot thing kicked off years ago, and they did. They actually did, but, you know, the unions and the, you don't know all the backroom deals that they said, no, we're not going to have robots. I really believe that, Lee Iacocca, right? I believe he said, we're going to do this, or you all aren't going to leave this room. You won't survive the week. We're retooling our entire factory, and it's not going to include your union. Capiche? I assume it went something like that, right? Then all of a sudden, Chrysler went from junk to premium. From junk to premium. Why? Because the union was strangling them. What was one of the steel plants? Same thing. There are people still turning stuff by hand. Molten lava dripping off of the... Why is there a man there? Why is there a human there at all? Crazy people. Anyway, here's the scoop. Some Me Too lawmakers are found to have been accused of harassment. So there you go. We've come full circle. And they attacked Matt Damon for saying, I'm down with the Me Too movement. Number one, right? I'm down with the Me Too movement. Number two, not everything is the same. Bumping into a woman is not the same as the initial Me Too start with a systematic harassment and action, not just harassment. I don't know what is harassment. What does that even mean? A harassment? Because literally they say harassment can be as instantaneous as one instant, when in fact the true definition of harassment connotes an ongoing over and over and over. That's harassment. I'm being harassed by kids at school. What do you mean, little Johnny? Every day the boys at school call me fat. Every day, Johnny? Every day. Well, that's harassment. It's not I walked down the street and somebody called me fat. That is not harassment. I don't care what the left tells you, that's not harassment, and you need to call the left out on that. That's not harassment. If one guy whistles at you, that is not harassment. Either we're going to speak the language or we're not going to speak. Otherwise, we're going to end up like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome in the before time, in the never time. What do you say? What is this even? Is that English? Right? Remember how the kids speak? Anyway, wake up. I don't know. Oh, that's Saturday Night Live sketch. Where what is his name? Will Ferrell was the I don't believe in God character. There is no afterlife, and when you're dead, you're dead. Comedy. Oh, and there seems to be a bit of some hypocrisy going on in this industry. I'm talking about YouTube, where certain people made certain jokes and was given awards for excellence and blah blah blah, and when PewDiePie made similar jokes, he was completely ousted. Same joke. Awards at the YouTube thing for excellence, and we're talking CEOs and stuff like that. We're not talking about just YouTubers. We're talking about actual CEOs in the industry. Made the joke at the award ceremony. Y'all don't hear me. Do I sound better? That's the question at hand. Do I sound better? Thank you.